Okay, number two, reason people don't close deals. The reason you don't close deals is many of you, possibly you, believe that pressure is perceived as something bad. Now, in society, we have this belief, oh, don't pressure anybody. You don't want to pressure anybody. Look, the closer has been taught, you have been taught that pressure and insistence, demanding someone to do something is somehow wrong, ill-mannered, rude, or not appropriate. Due maybe to your upbringing regarding being nice, when mommy and daddy taught you to be nice and have manners and social graces. Look, the salesperson that's unwilling to be insistent is going to fail in your life. Forget selling. To get anything you want, you must be insistent. A 6-year-old child gets his way, her way, because they are insistent. They're not socially, they haven't been, somehow robotized yet. They know how to get their way. While it's important to have manners, and certainly to be socially acceptable and to be respectful to others, this is incorrect data for getting what you want in life. To get what you want, you will have to insist. As a child, you were told many times, look, you got to learn how to accept no. Just check that off if you were told that. You got to know when to accept no. Hey, good for the parent, not so good for the kid receiving the lesson. Would you agree? Almost suicidal information for the child that later grows up and will need to sell others on his or her ideas. It is absolutely essential and vital to your survival that you push through the socialized training that you've gotten and how to get your ideas closed by using insistence. You've got to wipe out this idea, hey, I don't want to pressure anybody. Pressure's terrible. Look, this is garbage that parents tell kids because the parent's frustrated. You're a parent, right? You get frustrated with your kids and you start making up stuff. Hey, I told you, got to accept no. Quit being greedy. You got to know when enough is enough, okay? Look, that's you trying to handle your kid because you're out of control. Hey, the kid persists and you give in, right? Who won? The kid did. Why? Because he persisted, because he hasn't been socialized yet. He's not worried about manners and social graces yet. He will pressure to get you to say yes. Look, never listen to society. They make slaves. Whatever masses of people agree on, they make slaves, okay? That's how you create a middle class. Pressure is a thing that you will need in your life, in your selling career and in your life to get your way, to get what you need. Now, what we want to do is teach you how to pressure professionally so that's acceptable and people like it, okay? Now, I know some of you right now got this bad word about pressure. It's not going to look like pressure when we're done with you. If you believe enough in what you're doing, in your product, in your service, in you being better heads and shoulders above everybody else, you will pressure people to get them to do business with you. If you had to get your brother off of drugs and it meant pressure, would you do it? See, if the purpose is high enough, you'd pressure somebody, right? If a guy was going to commit suicide and jump off of a bridge and you had, some kind of affinity for this person, what would you do to stop them? You would go all the way, right? Well, you see, when I'm selling, okay, I want to believe in my product or service to that degree. When you start working out and a coach pushes the team or pushes you to work out that extra 10 minutes or to do those extra 10 reps, is that good for you or bad for you? That's pressure. See, pressure comes from a clock running on a project. Most of you don't get your project finished until the clock's running out. Pressure, without it, a diamond would never be made. Pressure is a good thing. It creates incredible things and brings out phenomenal talent in people. People that perform well under pressure are more valuable or less valuable to society? They're more valuable. Okay, so look, to persist, you must, number one, be completely sold on your offer. You know what I mean? Completely sold on your proposition. Number two, you must be purpose-driven, not just money-motivated. The best salespeople I have ever met are not money-motivated only. They are purpose-driven. They're like, this service, this product, our company, me, is more valuable than anywhere you can go to get the same thing, okay? And number three, people that are able to be persistent, very professional, persistent people are very goal-oriented. One last thing, pressure means, by definition, it is the burden of physical or mental distress. Most pressure is not applied by another, but actually only created because of the actions done by that person that is resisting making a decision. Do you understand what I'm saying? I would only need to pressure you in a close if you couldn't make a decision. So a great closing line for someone that might suggest, to you that you're pressuring them is, sir, you wouldn't be experiencing pressure right now if you just signed the contract and let's get on with it. I mean, I'm not pressuring you. You're just having discomfort with not making a decision. The reason you're feeling this right now is because of what you are not doing, not because of something I am doing. So all I want to do in this segment is to get your head right about pressure. It's not a bad thing. Then we're going to show you the finesse to take pressure out of the transaction so that people feel serviced and will close.